What's up guys, this is Yasser. Welcome back to my channel. You're watching Yasser's Fit Frag, and today I'm going to talk about another series of Ajmal attars. So if you haven't watched my first series on Ajmal attars, you can watch that using the above link. I would also be giving the link in the video description area, so that every series I do, you can just go and check all the previous series of the same using the link from the video description area. So this is going to be part 2 from the Ajmal attars collection. So I would be talking about 3 in this particular video. I made a bulk purchase so that I don't have to visit Ajmal every time because it is not so close to my place. But I would not be doing all the attars that I bought in this particular video. So I would like to split it so that the video is not too long. So like always, I would start with number 3, then 2 and 1, which is as per my opinion and as per my taste. So coming in at number 3 is Ajmal Blanco. So they have started giving a new box with these Ajmal attars, a very cute wooden kind of box. It's not really wood, but I think it is made of red, maybe cardboard kind of a feel, but it looks quite good compared to the older covers that they used to give. So Blanco is a fresh citrus type of scent, and it costs about 200 for this 5 ml bottle that they have. So this is the cheapest among the other 3 that I am going to talk today. So this opens up with a very smooth orange and tea leaves, and then in the mid you would get some tonka bean to give it that sweetness, and then in the base you would get vetiver, musk and woody notes. So if you like fresh citrus type of scent, this is definitely a must try. It is nothing mind-blowing if you have to compare it with Khususi Amatil, but for the price of 200 I think it's a great deal. So if you like orange and tea leaves kind of smell in the opening, I'm sure you would like this one. So coming to the performance, I get about 2 to 3 hours of projection if you are indoors, and then I get a longevity of 10 to 11 hours, but from the 8th hour you would only get the base note which performs until the 11 or 12 hours. So not that you would get the entire top note still 11 hours, that's not possible. In most of the perfumes it's only the base note that plays a role after few hours. So similarly, it's the base note that you would detect after 8 hours until the 11 or 12th hour. So that's about Blanco, and my personal opinion, I would rate this a 7.5 on 10 for the quality, performance and for the scent character. So that's Blanco from Ajmal. Now coming to the second one is Royal Galaxy. This also comes with that similar cardboard kind of box, and this is Royal Galaxy. So this costs about 325 for the 5 ml. So some of them starts with 200, but otherwise most of the good quality one starts with 325. Now Galaxy is a mixture of fresh and some masculine note as well. So it opens up with citrus and some mild leather on top. The leather is very undertone and very easy to wear. So citrus and mild leather on top, and then in the mid you would get some white florals and incense note. Again, the incense is not too harsh, it is super smooth, very pleasing to the nose. And then in the base you would get vetiver, cedar wood and musk note, and the incense also continues in the base note to make it very smooth again. So the overall blend is really done nice. It is a mixture of fresh and a mixture of masculine kind of scent. So to put it in simple, this is a smooth leather and white floral note mixed with musk rijali and a smooth burning incense. So those are the main notes or the prominent notes that you get in this one, that is smooth leather and white florals mixed with musk rijali and a smooth burning incense. So if you like that kind of scent, I'm sure you would like this one. Anyways, you do not have the option of blind buying it. You have to visit the store to get this. Smell this. If you like it, you can go for it. Otherwise, you can just ignore it. And coming to the performance, I get about 15 hours of longevity, but after the 10th hour, like I said, it's only the base note of woody and musk rijali that you get after 10th hour until the 15 hours, but until 10 hours you would still get all those mid notes and a little bit of the top note as well. So beautiful mixture, beautiful blending, beautiful mix of citrus, that fresh and masculine type of scent, very smooth, very easy to wear. I get projection about 2 to 3 feet if you are indoors for the first 2 to 3 hours. Amazing performance again, just like the typical Ajmal quality, and in my personal opinion I would rate this an 8 on 10. So that was Galaxy from Ajmal. So coming to the last one, now this is my favorite among all the 3 guys, and it is one of the beauties that Ajmal has created, and that is none other than Mizyaan. And this is how the packaging comes. This is a 14 ml attar. The package looks quite big because it comes in this kind of a bottle. Some might like this kind of bottle, some might find it a little tacky, but who cares? The attar inside is just mind-blowing. I'll detail you about that in a while. So 14 ml costs about 2000 in store, but in case you do not want to go for that heavy price, you can order it from the seller provider in my video description area. He sells it for about 20% discount, but I got this from the store itself. Since I made a bulk purchase, they did give me a few free samples as well, which I'm not going to show you in this video. I'll talk about those in the next video. Now coming to the scent of Mizyaan, this is an amazing stuff. Not the usual scent or the usual blending that you see in most of the attars or perfumes. This is not very common to get. The blend of this is not very common, so keep that in mind. So it opens up with a beautiful saffron note along with praline, almond and apricots. Now that's the beauty, and that is why I love this one, because saffron, apricot, almonds, these are not something that you usually find in the top notes of any fragrance. It is very rare to find, and I'm sure they have used high quality stuff of saffron and almond note, because those are the prominent note that you get in this one. And obviously saffron is not that cheap, so which is why maybe the 14 ml costs about 2000 in the store. And then you would also get some pink pepper to give it that slight spiciness, and then in the mid you would get patchouli and some mild leather, which is very undertone, again not so easily detectable. And then in the base you would get some woody and musky note, which is the typical Ajmal base which they always use. So coming to the performance, I got about 15 hours of longevity, but it's not a heavy projector. It is very smooth. The first 15 minutes it will not project because it takes its time for all the notes to blend, and then it starts lingering in the air, and that's when you get the beauty of it. So wait for 15 minutes, allow the attar to play its role and then project softly. That's the beauty of the scent. The saffron almond is just beautifully done. You have to try this one. Even if you do not want to buy this because it is a little expensive, I would still suggest that if you happen to visit Ajmal store, just take a sniff of this one. It is amazing stuff, guys. It is amazing stuff, because like I said, the saffron and almond, you will hardly find that as a top note in any perfumes for that matter. It is a very rare blend. At least from my experience, from what I have tried, I have not seen saffron and almond being on the top note. And it also has apricot and those nutty kind of feel. It is a beautiful blend, guys. You have to try this one. Even if you do not want to buy, just take a sniff of this one, get that feel. And in case you are ready to go for that little high budget, in case you want that quality stuff just to use occasionally, that's what I usually do. If I buy some quality stuff for higher price, I wear it occasionally. I don't use that as a regular scent, because you also might get bored when you use it regularly. So to get that amazing feel, I use it on special occasions, and I would use this also for special occasions. So coming to the performance, 15 hours of longevity, but after 10 hours the saffron kinds of fades away, and then you would only get the almond and musk until the 15 hours. So after 10 hours it's only the almond and musk that you get. The saffron is no longer there, which is obvious because that's on the top note, and saffron, I don't think saffron can perform for too long. Or maybe I experience the olfactory fatigue. Whatever it is, I get longevity of 15 hours, and it has soft projection, like I said. So I wore it to office one day, just 2 swipes. So it actually comes in this stick kind of feel, so it's not a roll on, so it comes in the stick. So I went with 2 swipes and it was projecting the whole day, but very softly. So like I said, it does not project full time, so but it creates a beautiful scent trail when you just walk by. So when I was walking by, one of my female colleague who sits in the same row where I work, she suddenly asked me after 3 hours as to what I was wearing, because she really liked it. And surprisingly, she also asked me to order this one because she really loved this one. This is kind of unisex, so it does not really matter whether men use it or women use it. It's a beautiful scent. And she also said that it's not the usual scent that she generally smells on me, and this is something that she really liked. She immediately asked me to order it from the seller in my description area, because like I said, he gives it for 20% discount. So it's up to you. If you want to buy it from the store, you have to pay 2000 unless there is discount running there. But if you want it at 20% discount, then you can contact the seller provided in my video description. But obviously you cannot order these attars from outside, because these are signature loose attars that you get only in the Ajmal stores. So you have to visit Ajmal stores for those. So that's about Mizyaan. Now in case you're planning to test the smell from any Ajmal store, I would advise that you first go and sniff this one before you go and test others, because your nose might get confused when you try multiple or so many others at the same time. You would not be able to detect the right smell of this. So test this first, then go and test the other one, so that you get the right feel of what Missy Anne is. So that's about it. Let me know your thoughts about these others that I've just mentioned. In case you have tried this or already bought this, comment down in the comment section. See you next time in another video. Cheers.